Are you Bob Marley? Because Jamaican me crazy.
Oh, Jesus. I thought it was going to be the jamming something.
Because I'm going to be jamming my finger in your butthole later.
There you go. That's more up. That's more up your alley.
It
Like
is-
I was
it is more
surprised.
on brand
Or
for
is it
me.
up your alley?
It might be later.
Mm. Anyway. Hi, Chris Duke.
Your silence.
Wait, what? What'd you say?
Hi, Chris Duke.
Hi, Kim Duke. How are you?
I'm all right.
You got to see a baby recently.
Oh, I got to see a baby. My best friend had a baby. Third baby. Glad it's her, not me.
A squeesher?
Super squishy. He was fussy, which is fine because I got to leave. And my kids are big enough that they weren't fussy. So,
And then you had to work a bunch,
yeah.
which is not as fun.
No. I like to black it out.
Since our last podcast,
Who did we podcast last with?
with that homeless person.
See, I completely forgot about that one. I went way back to Casey.
Oh. You're like, what was the last good one? That what you did?
I was so tired that night that we
Yeah,
podcasted,
that was a
though.
long one.
Wait, is the homeless person Keenan? I just assume anyone talking about trolls or homeless people, it's Keenan.
Maddie.
Well, if you guys didn't already know,
I mean, we talked quite a bit before this.
Yeah, it depends
Yeah.
on what you put in there.
yeah, I was
Yeah,
gonna
yeah,
say
yeah.
I'm gonna be cutting a lot of
What?
that stuff out. Yeah, well,
No,
because
that's
we're trying
good
to figure out what the
knowledgeable.
sound
Bin,
is
bin,
like.
bin, bin, bin. Is that the intro song?
No,
Oh,
you want
I
to hear
listen
the
to our
intro
own
song?
podcast. No, I don't. Anyway, what did
Too
you
bad,
do?
I just put
What
it
did
in
you
the
do?
podcast. Boom.
What did
That's
you
Bill
do?
and Ted that
Something
shit.
big happened on Friday.
Yeah. Well, semi big. We had the roast of Andy Matfield, and we got to have a bunch of comics. I like that there were so many different people, gay, fat, more fat.
But enough about Riley.
That was.
Do
just,
they usually have that big of a?
Oh yeah.
Oh, that's a lot of people.
Those things go for like 3 hours sometimes.
Yeah.
Wow.
Luckily ours didn't.
Yeah, you guys were all reading so fast. Like when you listen back.
Well, it's tough when there's a 17-minute intro.
Who was the 17-minute intro?
Davon and Conrad.
Yeah.
Oh, funny.
Conrad is so committed to that whole like making you feel uncomfortable, but he owns the situation thing that he does. I love it, but I'm also like, how dare you have so much power right now?
You gave it to him.
I did get. That's true.
Do you think Andy liked it?
Reparations. I think Andy loved it.
I feel like what I watched of it, which was not very much, everyone roasted everyone else a lot more, and then Andy was just like, hey, a little bleep and then done.
Yeah, we did all shit on each other way more than we did.
Well, it's way easier to shit on like terrible people like Keenan and Riley and Tom. Like, and then you knew, like I knew enough about Royal that I knew he was going to be nice. So it's like there are people you didn't want. Like, it's way easier to shit on shitty people. So that's why Keenan got everything.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I know. What did
for
people
sure.
say about Matfield?
All kinds of stuff. Yeah, I mean, everybody did
Yeah.
like a minute's worth of stuff about him.
Yeah, I tried to split it up. Like whenever I do one of these, I try to split it up where I do an equal amount about everybody. But clearly, there's always one that you get more into. Like
Yeah.
there's better jokes about certain people.
Yeah.
Whether it be because of their name or who they are, or like what they look like, or just how you know them. Like if you know somebody better, you're gonna write more jokes about them
Yeah.
because you don't feel comfortable. You don't want to get too in the weeds. Like if you find out, like say you had something terrible to say about Andy and you weren't really that close with him, do you really want to get on stage and be like, you know who I fucking hate? Andy goddamn Matfield. No, like I think your ability to roast someone goes hand in hand with like the level of friendship you share with them.
Yeah.
Like if you aren't friends with these people, if you barely know them, you're not gonna have any inside material, and you're not gonna feel comfortable like going into anything that might hurt their feelings. But I still tried.
Yeah.
Like I was like, and then the thing is going last was great, but it was like I also had like 3 drinks by then, and I was like, I kind of got to pee. And then I was like, I slurred a couple words. I'm like, how is 3 beers making me slur a couple words?
Did you have their new hard seltzer?
No, I had the Saving Throw, which is I got mainly because it's a nerdy name.
Yeah.
Their tap for green mana was at Sisyphus.
Oh, okay.
So I got that. Like I'll order stuff based on the name. Like I'm the worst. But then I got the Month of Hunt, which is great too.
Oh,
but,
yeah.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, I was feeling it. The thing is with, and that's kind of why I'm taking a break from drinking is because the anxiety, even though like I'm comfortable on stage and I'm comfortable doing material, I'm comfortable in my own skin. I'm really comfortable making fun of people, especially in a crowd. Like it was a great crowd, but it wasn't like there were no stakes. Like I wasn't.
Yeah.
I wasn't in a contest.
Yeah.
Right.
But I'm like super comfortable, but still you get that feeling right before you get on.
Yeah.
And I think with me, the anxiety of that coupled with like 1 beer and I feel like I'm not sharp.
Okay.
3 beers and I'm like, I fudged a word here. I forgot some jokes at the end there. Like the stuff that I had written last minute while you guys were talking, I'm like, it just kind of went out the wayside because I'm like,
Oh, okay. Yeah.
yeah, like I wrote one about, which I might just turn into a regular joke now, where I was talking about how I wanted to talk about how Matt Field's so white trash that his parents like, they homeschooled him. So he, instead of singing the wheels on the bus, he's saying the wheels on the house.
Yeah.
So I'm like,
That's good.
That is a good.
That is a
fucking
good one.
brand,
yeah, but it just like that stuff, like I said, falls by the wayside. It doesn't come out. Like for some reason in my head, I'm like, I have 1 beer. I'm like, you know what? I'm gonna be like half as good as usual.
That's so.
And Riley's so hard to go up against. I'm like, why does he get to be so mean and I
Oh,
don't?
I loved that.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
I've not seen Rita's vagina hasn't gotten a pounding like that in a long time. And by Riley of all people.
Oh man, dude, that Malaysian airline bit.
Oh my god, he showed it to me before, and I'm like, God damn it! Like, because
Such a good joke.
But the thing is, that's why I said like everybody should meet up before and maybe go over 1 or 2 that you're thinking of, so you get a level of the amount of like anger you can show.
You're like,
I
how
went in there,
far
I'm like,
can I go?
I'm gonna be mean, but I'm gonna be like shallow mean, and then all of a sudden. Riley goes in and does 5 minutes of material on Rita's vagina, and I'm like, God.
But he didn't say anything about Chris. I was waiting for something.
Yeah, well, you're always gonna miss somebody.
Yeah.
I just want to put it all together and just watch the rips of Chris.
Yeah, I could do little compilations.
No, I don't do that. I was just saying.
I love.
No.
That's. But I was thinking of like, Chillstrom kept calling himself the release valve, but really, like when people wanted to feel mean, they would direct it towards Keenan.
Yeah.
Because he's like the self-proclaimed roast master.
Oh, yeah. And he was with the suit coat. I honestly, like, I didn't have that bit about being a professor of Kentucky Fried Chicken until I saw him. He looked like a younger version of that guy from The Waterboy, the Colonel Sanders professor. Yeah. And that's all I could think about. I was like,
he sweating? He looks sweaty. Does he always look
I'm
sweaty?
sure he sweats constantly.
Always.
He like came in when he came into the podcast with us. He just looked sweaty.
He looks like the government's onto him and he needs to shred documents quickly. Like, like he looks like he's about to be found out. Like,
yeah. But he has ramen noodle hair and feta cheese genitals. That guy.
He literally
swarthy.
He is what he eats. Just a ramen noodle laced hot dog of a man. I loved it. I made some fat joke and Tom's like, I wouldn't be talking. I'm like, that's exactly why I'm talking.
Yeah.
Like I called Chris fat like 3 times because you posted that thing. I'm like, well, now I have to make fat jokes. And it's like the best thing about like I love telling fat jokes because people are like, well, you're fat. I'm like, no, I don't subscribe to that.
Yeah.
That's not something I believe in.
I have body dysmorphia. I don't see that.
Or my thing is I've been called fat so long, so often, so like it makes nothing happen to me. Like somebody called me fat on the internet. I'm like, okay,
cool.
That's half of my material right now.
You're like, who told you my middle name?
Yeah, exactly. Like, oh, have you been talking to my parents? It's just weird the things people think will get to you.
Yeah.
And it's just like the best is when it's not a thing that gets to you and they're like, you know what? You're fat. And you're like, okay. You're adopted. Like, like I I've been pretty good at being able to find people's like weak spots. I don't try to do it. I try to be super nice, but it's like there were times where people were like, "I bet you can't make me feel bad." I'm like, "Oh, I can," and I will keep going until I do.
The funny thing is, you have like the like dapper madman vibe about you, like or Mad Men. What was that TV show with John Hamm?
Yeah, like I hit women and drink at noon.
Yeah, like but with a smile. So like you have this evil, like truly evil people can smile while they're doing all of those things, and so you're kind of like, I mean,
Yeah, you're not going to hold it against me. I like how it's like, yeah, you look like Mad Men, and I know I can read between the lines. You look like fat Mad Men.
No. It's you do the like, yeah, you like you were saying, like drinking at noon and hitting women. Not the hitting women part, but
or the drinking at noon.
No, he quit drinking. So what do you got now, Chris?
You
Find a
just-
better
you have-
analogy.
I look like John ate a bunch of ham. Is what I look like. Like that's
No, it's. I'm trying to figure out like you walk in, or somebody knocks on your office door, and you're like, Kevin, get in here. Like you have that kind of like cheery.
Yeah, I
I
can
need
tell you you're
advice
fired, and you wouldn't know you were fired till you got to your car with your box of stuff. Like, wait, am I supposed to feel bad about this? That's the thing is people. I've never like one of the downfalls of like I'm super sarcastic, and one of the bad things is when you meet new people, they can't tell.
Yeah.
Or that you can't like my sarcastic voice isn't much different than my regular voice. I've found that out over years.
Yeah.
There used to be a kid in college. We'd go to parties and you'd be like, "All right, you're gonna hate this guy right away, but then you'll figure it out." And it would take people sometimes 2-3 times of meeting me. We're like, "I get it now."
Oh,
Like, "Oh, he's just fucking with us." I was like, "Yep." Like, I don't know how to tell you that, and I'm not gonna tell you. Like,
No.
I'd rather not have you be my friend than have you like have to explain to you that I was joking.
I'm surprised by how many comics are like jokes just go completely over their head.
Oh, I saw
Like-
your post the other day.
Oh, unbelievable.
You should embrace that. That's the best moment is when somebody takes what you said and just completely either blows it out of proportion, takes it the wrong way, and you get to be like, you're not good at the thing you do. Like you should be able to pick up on and that's the thing is there's sometimes where I'm so sarcastic and people aren't getting it. Like I feel like I'm laying it on pretty thick and people aren't getting it. And then do you ever find yourself in your head be like, are people being sarcastic to me and I'm not getting it?
that's funny.
That-
Yeah.
Like there'll be times where I'm so sarcastic to somebody and they're like, you know what? Thanks, man. That's great. I appreciate it. I loved having you on the roast. And I'm like, yeah, I was being sarcastic. I hate you, Chris. But no, that's the thing. It's crazy to me because it makes you doubt yourself. Like someone else's inability to like take a joke or understand where you're going with your joke makes you be like, am I not getting jokes? Like, are people sarcastically funny, like nice to me? Do I have no friends and everyone hates me? So I've been depressed.
So point is, you've been depressed because you're overthinking.
Yeah,
all this stuff.
I read that. It's just funny, like when you go in and describe it to somebody, and they're like, the best is when they.
I'm fine with saying that joke was, it was, boomers are just mad that there wasn't a generation before them to make fun of, which is obviously, it's a joke on how dumb the joke is.
Yeah.
Like how someone thinks they're doing a sick burn on boomers by thinking they're the
What's up with
first
this boomer
generation-
thing? Just everyone
first
talking about
generation
this.
people.
It's amazing.
I honestly thought that people were making it up, like that older people were getting upset about it. I thought that was a joke.
Yeah.
Like, I forget what things started where people were, what was that like video? Kids were watching this video of this like creepy faced thing.
Is that Momo?
Yeah, Momo.
Oh, I remember that.
But
yeah.
it was fake.
Yeah, it was fake, yeah.
I was like, oh, that's what this boomer thing is. It's just. They're just
Oh, that was
making it
fake?
up.
I thought that was really
Yeah,
happening.
no, it's fake.
Yeah, it was super fake.
Oh. I thought kids were like, what was it? They were like killing their parents or killing
Killing
themselves?
themselves, stuff like that. Because
You didn't know about
Momo.
I was hoping it was real. We need less kids. We need less kids, and I think it's a great litmus test for stupid parents. Like if you let your kids just watch YouTube out in the living room while you're podcasting in here, and they see a scary face that tells you have. I think I said this on the first podcast because we talked about it. I'm like,
Yeah,
if
we
your
did
kid,
talk about Momo.
if
That's
your
right.
kid sees a terrifying face and it goes, kill yourself, and your kid's just like, well, okay, the terrifying face told me to. You failed on a couple levels as a parent.
I think so too.
I can't believe that's so funny.
Yeah.
That
We talked about this already?
We talked about that.
I love talking about how other people are bad parents.
I know, me too. And then I look at myself and I'm like,
No, you guys
my kids
fine.
are alive.
Yeah.
They're
I saw-
happy.
if I was child services, I wouldn't have taken them away today when I came in.
They always know
Yeah,
that
we
they
put
can
on a
come
front,
in here
though.
and
Yeah, they always know that they can come in here.
the key is hitting them on the bottom of their feet.
Yeah, well, you just fill up a tube sock with a sack of oranges. Lets them know who's boss and doesn't leave any bruises.
Those kids are depressed as fuck, but they smell amazing.
Yes,
They bathe. They have
Just
access to food.
it's a
That's
step
good.
up on
What
me.
were we talking about? Oh, like the whole
Boomer thing.
Yeah, the boomer thing. So yeah, I thought it was a joke, and then I saw 3 people in a row be like, "It's such bullshit." And the ironic thing is that they're like the same people that were like, "These fucking snowflake millennials." Like I'd seen them say it a million times.
I made a tweet about it where I was like, it was like, go eat a Tide Pod, millennial, and then it's like, okay, boomer, and they're like, wow, I was just politely telling you to kill yourself, and you took it to that place. Come on, it's so crazy that you'd assume it was fake. Like these people maybe fought in a war, maybe dodged a draft. At least they should know how to take a joke. Like you're the one of the only generations to lose a war, so maybe like just take this one in stride. Like, I'm sorry that you went. I'm sorry that you went. That's why you don't get to be called the greatest generation. You didn't win any.
Oh, that's so fucking funny.
Yeah, my dad's gonna be pissed.
I was gonna say my dad. He's a boomer.
Did he serve?
No,
Neither did mine.
he wasn't even drafted. Oh no, nothing.
My dad's got super flat feet. I don't know if that's true.
So you wouldn't have made it.
Him
anyway.
and Trump. I was just a fat kid. Like, even if I wanted to enlist in the army, they'd be like, we need to cut. Like, if they put full supplies on me, I'd like weigh down a plane. Like, there's no. Like, I know people my size that went.
Yeah.
Like, even when I was in high school, like when I was probably like 240, 250, I can't run. Like,
Yeah.
I am terrible at running. Like,
You
I
would have failed out of basic.
Well, I wrestled forever. Like, I could wrestle for an hour. If I run for 5 minutes, I'm dying.
Hold on.
I am the same way.
Wait, real quick. Okay, I'm gonna do a thing that none of you will know about until
Okay.
later.
I can work out. I can do 40 minutes my
I don't like
elliptical
this.
and do like 10 minutes of strength. Can't run worth shit.
Oh, I can
do that
elliptical. I can bike
yep,
all day.
Yep.
It's
Running,
the impact on the feet, I
don't-
think, or something.
Yeah, maybe. And I can't breathe when
Yep.
I'm doing it. I feel like I'm dying, but I can bust ass on my elliptical and no bust
Yeah,
ass.
I used to like.
I love watching you bust ass on the elliptical. Hey, real quick.
What?
I love you. You're beautiful.
Are you drunk?
No.
We've been
not.
fighting a lot
gonna
lately.
be.
Kelly, I
No,
love
we're
you.
not.
Kelly Collins, I love you.
Wait a
No,
second.
I wonder what it is. I can't. Were your parents smokers?
No, I mean,
Damn it, I
not
always tried to-
Why'd you
cigarettes.
say it like that?
I was trying to blame it.
My dad smoked heroin. No. No, like my dad was a wrestling coach. My dad could run. My mom, I'm assuming, can.
Does
Just not
it?
as fast as my dad, clearly. It's like, we're going to talk about that later. No, my brothers can all run. Like, it's just something where either I never learned how to
I
run.
think I land on my feet
Oh, yeah,
weird too.
you
So what
land
are you
on your-
supposed to do? Are you supposed to like
You're supposed to land on like your
the front?
yeah, I think.
I don't know.
Why are
See,
we asking me?
I don't know.
Like, literally, like,
Why am I asking?
I think
don't
at
know.
the most I've ever, like, the thing is where I went to college, like, there was a lot of physical training, a lot that involved running, and 3 miles, maybe my maximum. And they had like runs that were like 12 miles long. And I'm saying 3
I'd say
miles.
That's pretty impressive.
No. Here's the problem. They'd start me off like 15 minutes before the other people would start. So like the average time it took someone to finish, I'd still be the last one to finish. So I'd take twice
We're
as
not
long.
talking about your sex life.
Clearly we're not, because it does not take me that long, and I'm never the last one to finish.
I knew you were gonna go there.
How'd you know?
Yeah, you
guys
and the
are so-
finishing jokes. It's your favorite thing.
You guys are so Backstreet Boys.
Dude, she picked. I was editing the podcast with Maddie last night, and there's a point where I say, I think Maddie said
Something about
ass,
assholes.
and yeah, and then Kim I didn't even get like anywhere near the thing. Kim just looked at me and goes, ugh. And I go, I'm about to say it, and boom, at the same time, speaking of assholes, she knew I was going to say it.
Yeah, it's because you're a hack, unoriginal.
Yeah.
I was going to say, I am the slowest of my brothers. I had
Mentally?
fuckers. All right.
Got him.
Yeah.
The roast continues.
Okay, keep going. Sorry.
No, I was going to say that it took me 18 minutes to do the mile.
Damn, I walked the whole thing in doing 13, 14.
Here's the difference, though. Is like,
But
I was athletic.
I had a fat friend in high school who said that I was fat at heart. He was like, "You're just like me." I was like, "Yeah."
It's something. I think it's. I mean, it might be. Maybe we have asthma we didn't know about, or maybe
Well, he's
it's.
got
I
asthma.
knew about mine.
Oh,
But
see, there's
I
your
would
issues.
skate for
See?
hours.
It's
Well, it could be
it's
a-
impact. I think.
know. Yeah. I hate that, and I hate the people that are like, I love getting a runner's high. I don't feel high at all when I run. I want to die.
Yeah.
Like, how do you get to the point
I
where you
need to
get that?
get high before
I know.
I run.
I was gonna say, how do I overdose so I don't have to run anymore?
Literally, if I run for 5 minutes, I won't be running anymore. Like right now, I'm so fat that if I run for 5 minutes,
You're gonna
that's my
dislodge that clot.
that's my suicide note. Like it's like, what happened? Where did Andrew go? Oh, he went to run, and they're like, we did what? We have a family. We have 2 dogs in a house.
That was such a smart joke. Dislodge that clot, because that's what finally gets you. You decide to be active, and
yeah, that clot
you
sitting
you
in
have
the bottom of your leg.
you have an IUD in your body that you didn't know about.
It's gonna travel right to that lung. Out. Done. PE. Boom.
It is an IED, right?
That's a joke.
IUD is the.
But that pussy's
No,
explosive, am I right?
I was joking about how I fucked up that joke for so
oh
long.
yeah.
You really? Oh, never
Yeah,
mind.
yeah.
That's not surprising.
He said IED, and I'm sitting in the crowd like shaking my head.
That's the easiest one. to
And he
play.
asked
That's
these old ladies at work, and they're like, "Yeah, it is an IED."
I
No,
asked a
it's
woman,
dumb.
and she was like, "Yeah, no, it's an IED."
for them. It is. Like, you put that shit in me, I will explode.
Well, I mean, this has been a great episode. Thanks. Okay. Now, the way that like you interacted with us the first time you were on was so like natural. You have, I mean, people tell you this all the time.
Sure.
You have
Whatever it is.
diabetes. You have radio voice. You have like that demeanor too, like being able to like telling a story in person is different from listening to this shit and not falling asleep. Like you do a good job of this stuff. Do you have any plans to
Can I just
podcast
interrupt
yourself?
for a minute? When Chris is complimenting you, it just takes it's like get to the point,
I know.
bro.
It's like, let me finish all over your face. No, it's. And that's, I've told him, like, we talk all the time, and he'll compliment me, and I'll say thanks.
We do. You and Andy Matfield are like hands down just nothing but shitting on each other. But then at the same time being like, I fucking love you so much. This is like
You ever compare me to Andy Madfield again, and I'd run 5 miles to fight you and die. No, I think if you're self-deprecating, I think if you are, like, if you look inside of yourself a lot and, like, can pick out flaws in yourself, I want to be, like, I'll be shitty to you, but then it's like, at the same time, like, I'll still be like, if something's really bothering you, I want to help, because you experience that stuff on your own. Like, I can make fun of myself for whatever reason, but if it's really bothering me, like, I'll try to talk to somebody about it. But I don't know. Like, I try to be as available to people as I can.
yeah.
Because then I get blackmail out of it.
Yeah.
Like, if I'm like, hey, tell me what's going on, and they actually tell me, I'm like, fucking gotcha. I'll trade. I'm a trader of secrets. What I do. Like, what I do is I'll tell someone something that doesn't embarrass me or bother me. Then they'll tell me some, like, deep, dark secret for some reason. And then I keep that deep, dark secret
Yep.
so that I can never be fired.
Oh, I see.
So like when you tell me things, I keep track of all of it.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
feed you a bunch of bullshit that you can't use against me, and I just get more secrets. And then I'll trade some of your secrets for other people's secrets. This is bullshit.
Are you one of those ladies
Sociopaths?
from the Real Housewives of Georgia?
Is that a thing? Is Real Housewives of Georgia one?
Is Georgia one?
Atlanta.
Atlanta.
Oh, yeah.
You
that
couldn't
is.
think of the
I
capital?
thought the city.
Is that the capital of
Slower
Georgia?
mentally, remember? Is it Savannah?
No. No, I would like to get a podcast started. I've been saying that for a while. Like, me and Kelly would like to get one started too, so we can show you guys what it's like to like put together a good one. It's
You mean get listeners?
yeah,
Yeah.
get accepted by Apple. You know.
Within a week.
No, I used to work at a radio station. I'd like to.
Yeah, that.
What are you doing? I'd like to get back to it. Like podcasting's fine. I wasn't on the air when I was doing. This is
Okay,
a
hold.
fucking nightmare.
Pause. If there were no cameras, we could still hear that wild commotion going on.
Thanks. But
Keeping our guests
no,
hydrated.
I like. I know I have a voice for radio. I've been told the face for radio by my own mom. Like that's.
Yeah.
I got a lot of it from them. As we're kind of.
You have
You
the
guys
face.
shit on each other all the time?
Who was
Yeah.
that cowboy that promoted diabetes medication?
Wilford Brimley.
Yeah, there you go. You
I
know
was
he's
a cowboy.
What? He was a rancher.
No.
Yeah.
in the commercial doesn't mean it's
Oh.
real, Chris.
I mean-
I was like,
Yeah,
I
big
think
just-
he was maybe on Walker, Texas Ranger too, as like the dad. Maybe he was the sheriff. He was the dad of like the love interest. I think.
Yeah,
that
yeah, yeah.
shows my stripes as a human. I'm a Walker, Texas Ranger fan. Is she gonna be okay?
Tune in for the exciting conclusion.
No, I.
Oh, there. It's
Yeah.
fine. It's fine.
on?
It's still plugged in. I can
Okay,
hear
well,
myself. And it's just not because I can hear
untrustworthy.
myself.
I'd like to get a podcast started. I just like Kelly said, it's a lot of like uninteresting white dudes who have not much to say. I want to
But
find.
did she say that or did you say that?
We both said it. No, I honestly like. I just want to find something like I wanted to do. I want to learn how to be like a D&D dungeon master, and then I want to do like comedic, like one-off D&D things where
Yeah.
I have people come in. Like if you ever get a chance to watch Harmon Quest, it's on like a couple nerdier things, but it's Dan Harmon
Yeah.
and
It's
like
cartoon,
Camille
right?
Nanjiani. Yeah, they like animate it, but it's fucking hilarious. They just
man.
do like it's people who've never played D&D where it's like Camille Nanjiani in his episode like got everyone for some reason to give him a hand job and coins. And at the end, because he had convinced them that he never left the place where he was and didn't know what sex was. And then Andy's like, dude, I've had sex tons of times. I just wanted the hand job and gold, and you guys gave that to me. But it's just kind of like I wanted to do one where I was like, where we reviewed alcohol, but we reviewed alcohol by getting drunk on the alcohol and talking throughout it. But now I'm like, I feel like that wouldn't help me in my quest to not drink as much.
Yeah.
Were you even drinking that much?
I used to be a fucking animal.
You look like literally the whole cast of Animal House.
Yeah. I used
That's
to
an
be
old person
I used to be very I used to be a very Bluto, a very Belushi, a very like I honestly told people my number one goal in like college was to like, all right, I'm trying to black out. I fell asleep before a
Wow.
party one time, woke up after the party at like 3 a.m. and was like, are we going to this thing or not? And they're like, dude, we went, came back, you slept through the whole thing. So just when I do drink, I tend to like keep drinking. Like she's looking at you a lot.
Yeah, you know.
But it is. I mean, it's one thing. Like I think it's more admirable. Like I've seen people who
Did
give
you just say more admiral?
admirable.
There you go.
I think it's more admiral.
I like that better.
I
Admiral
actually
Nelson.
loved Admiral Levine.
Yeah.
Her hit. He was
Complicated.
She has Lyme's disease.
that was that
But-
song.
But yeah, I got like I just when I start like I get so like I told you guys before this just worthless. Like I'll drink now it's like 3 beers and I'm like all right I won't remember some of my set. I'll forget this, or I'll mispronounce romance or whatever. Like when I was, and then people try to jump at you. I'm like, God, I could have done so much better. I could have ripped on these people so much better. I get off stage, I don't feel good about it. Or like, say I'm drinking on a Saturday night and Sunday, we're like, we got plans. We're going to do a bunch of shit. We wake up and it's like noon and you're like, you know what we could do?
It's just sleep.
We could order McDonald's delivered to our house from a block away because we're fucking animals. And then we do. And then we take like 5 naps. And then it's like Monday and you go to work from 9 to 5 or whatever. And you can't do anything because it's 3 a.m. out when you get done with work. It's like pitch dark.
Oh, yeah.
There's no time to do anything. So it's, especially in this time of year, the sad times.
Drinking does not help. No.
Yeah.
It's a depressant adding to a depressed person.
All right, let's not get nerdy about it.
Well, we're gonna you were talking D&D.
Well, that's fine. I'm just saying, like, I'm not gonna tell anybody. Like, my thing is, I don't give a shit. Like, if people want to drink, they could drink.
Yeah.
I still might from time to time. Like, I don't care. Like, I'm not trying to like be Mr. Sober. I'm just trying to like. All I want to do is like get through fucking the dark times of this year for sure.
Yes.
I wonder what is making this year, like, I worked last fall and I've seen way more depressed mental health issues this fall.
I think it's because we skipped fall.
Oh,
Like, we didn't
maybe.
get a ton of like fall weather. It got cold right away. You didn't get
Yeah.
any ease into it, and you're just like, you know what? I'm just gonna curl into a ball all through
I think
winter.
the older we get to, it comes so much quicker that we're just like, oh fuck, here we go. Now we got to worry about driving in this shit.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well, just you leave when it's dark, you get back when it's dark.
Yep.
Yep.
It's like
Oh, yeah, man.
getting it, like doing the comedy, like having a hobby is a huge thing. Having this, having stand up, having whatever you're doing is huge to fend that off. Like if you just go home and get into bed,
Oh, that's what I do.
it's not gonna help. Like go to the gym, whatever.
Go
Clearly,
to my elliptical and rip ass.
Yeah, you
Or
do.
wait.
You rip ass so
rip
much
ass.
in
I
that
thought it was
living room.
bust ass.
Oh yeah, that's what
Now
it
you've
was. Bust
changed it.
ass, ripping
So
ass and busting
Now
ass.
it makes more sense. I don't know. We went off on a tangent.
Yeah, we did.
We got like deep
I
about
don't-
some stuff.
Let's go back to
Me being great and having a great radio personality and being
Yeah.
easy to talk to, and I can't remember all the other
You know,
compliments.
How are you gonna get the #1 listened to episode on our podcast?
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
see-
good luck.
That's not fair,
I'm
though.
I'm not trying to like boost this dude, but Casey Flesh,
Yeah,
his episode got 50 downloads in a day.
Holy shit!
that's because
really?
you're on Apple now. See, it
That's-
wasn't fair.
Well, no. We weren't on Apple yet.
See, but that's why. I will continue. I can make up shit to make myself okay with it. My thing is like with Adrian's and shit. I was about to like message you. I was like, read those 2 intros and see what some random weirdo on
That's true.
Spotify would download. The one about the guy with pretzels, or the one that starts off with something about like
Masturbation.
lesbian masturbation. I'm like,
It's
that's
not-
the number
not
one
what-
search
oh,
thing on.
that, as the title.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
I'm the one that talks about.
We'll just title
masturbation,
yours-
So
Yeah,
Yeah,
we'll
they
just-
don't know. They're going to be
rudely
so disappointed.
We're gonna just title yours "Lesbian Masturbation." That's it. Title.
No, look
Figure
up
it
like
out.
the most looked for, like
Yeah. What's the
Like,
most searched?
I'm gonna title it
big.
"Finger Blasting Your Mom."
No, it's gotta be like stepmoms
Why-
and stuff like that.
Why is that? Why
I don't
would?
know. We don't watch. I don't watch.
Oh, you don't? You
No.
sure had that one in the chamber pretty quick.
because
ready?
that's what everyone talks about it. We
Everyone
listen,
talks
like we
about
listen
it.
to comedians and stuff talk about the
She's right.
stepmom.
Oh,
yeah,
well,
yeah.
I know. Trust me.
Yeah.
Everyone at this table and the majority of people in the world know what we're talking about. We'll act like, what do you mean, stepdaughter, stepson, mom, dad stuff?
It's
We're
very
gonna
funny.
put stepmom masturbation. That's the title.
That's pretty good.
You could, that's what you should title them all. That's going to increase your, change Casey's.
Yeah. You know, and then we'll have Sierra Mustard
Yeah.
being our.
Change-
Oh no, we need to get Squirt. That's who we need
Yeah.
to get to sponsor.
Change Casey's to like Busty Blonde takes it from 2 brunettes. I guarantee, like this is how you get it. You change everything to like, be like, what's this Duck Duck Grey Goose? Why is it Grey Duck? Why is it titled? Why is it titled 2 brunettes tag team Busty Blonde?
I
I'm going to download it. Then they listen to a minute, but they downloaded it already. You can't undownload.
Yeah, that's
You've been
true.
caught.
Exactly.
Or then they listen to it like, where's the part where it's going to get good? Where's it going to get
Yeah,
no.
it's like
when you bite into an oatmeal raisin thinking it was chocolate chip.
I love oatmeal
And
raisin.
that oatmeal raisin's like, I'm already in your mouth, bro.
you can't put me in your mouth. It's not the first time Chris has heard that.
I know. I was just curious.
No, I've just helped you guys a lot.
I know. Thank
I
you for
accept
coming.
Venmos.
Yeah.
No, you should change the whole name of the podcast too. Just be like trailer.
DDGD will be Dick Gay Dick.
Double dick.
Great dick.
Great dick.
Dude's dick. Great
Well,
dick.
what is it? The DVDA? Isn't that double vaginal, double anal? Like that's what the band name on South Park was, and they just never like told anybody.
Oh, that's
They
good.
had the DVDA shirts.
Oh, yeah. I know what you're talking about.
Yeah.
Dude, a friend of mine in middle school had a VHS tape of something called NDA 9, and it
Is
was
that like a
NDA?
basketball game?
it was a porno called No Dicks Allowed. But it was the most awful. It was so bad. Like maybe NDA 1 and 2 were fantastic.
Yeah, it really
9,
fell off.
too
It's hard
many.
to support a franchise for that long. Look at Marvel. Like,
Dude, the opening. I still
what
remember,
opening?
I still remember
There
the
are probably
opening
several
sequence.
openings.
It's
There's
so
no dicks
funny.
allowed.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like, okay, so it opens up and there's like four or five women on a tennis court.
When did you watch this last?
I know.
I was-
You remember
No.
this
It's
very-
trust me. Like the first one you see, or like, there's always one you remember.
Yeah.
I get it.
It's
I'm
so
just
funny.
asking for like the listeners to be able to like I can't recall most of my memories through like elementary school and high school, but I guarantee you, like if you're like, hey, what's the first porn you saw? You're gonna remember.
Yeah.
Kim, you probably know what the first one you saw was.
I don't know.
It's an interesting smile. She's gonna tell me later.
Yeah.
No, I'm
So
not.
I bet it was like a Garth Brooks parody. Is what you were
Gross.
watching.
No.
Girth Brooks.
Garth Brooks.
It was just
exactly.
Garth Brooks on stage.
Did you have a crush on Garth Brooks?
Not
growing
at
up?
all. No. Chris is just being an ass.
What was the?
She was more of a Larry Cable guy kind of girl.
I can see it.
What's the guy that
So the
smokes
opening
a lot?
scene, Sean Paul.
Ron.
Ron White.
Yeah, that guy.
So they are
What
wearing.
year is this? We need
Oh,
to
yeah.
be able to picture
So
Bush,
what would
no
I-
Bush.
Middle
I
school.
don't, I don't know how old the tape itself
no.
was, but I was. How old are you in 8th grade? 14.
It depends. Was it you or me?
So, anyways, I'm 16.
Yeah. Recently married.
What grade?
Yeah. What grade did you guys get married in? 12.
Oh, fuck. Okay. So yeah, I think I was 13 or 14.
Would you say
8th
fourth
grade.
8th grade.
So you guys met then?
No.
No, we were about to meet.
Oh, you met her right after NDA 9.
I could have been NDA 10.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
yeah.
what he was trying.
You know what? I'll just tell if you're listening to this, go look it up. It's absolutely.
I love how
hilarious.
it's
Why
like
is it hilarious?
Because they're on a tennis court and then they're all in like BDSM. Like 2 of them are in like BDSM wear. 2 of them are in like these angel outfits. Like makes no sense at all.
And why they're on a tennis
Somebody
court.
was exactly. Somebody was just
they
like,
had the money to rent a tennis court. They had these loose outfits. Trust me, I know how this works. Like you work with what you got. Like no one's following the plot line. No one listening. No one watching the VHS of NDA 9 was
They
like,
accidentally-
this does not even follow the plot of NDA 8.
Where are the tennis rackets?
They accidentally
Definitely no
Well,
balls.
there were probably tennis rackets.
they accidentally swapped the call sheets. So the day of the BDSM shoot and the tennis court shoot, the cast got mixed up, and that's why.
Funny. That's
So in the dungeon, there's people wearing tennis outfits.
What if the dad came home and he was like, "Where's my NDA tape?" And I'm like, why? What do you need? It's a non-disclosure agreement, and I need it for work. Like I just love. Why would you title it? Like was it written on there?
It said NDA.
Was it written? Though?
Yeah, was it like the the like sticker, the white sticker, and you just write it.
I don't remember.
I
want to say
Chris's
that it had
baptism, and it's just like hardcore fisting.
I think it had the actual sticker like on the front of the VHS.
God, weren't those more like
Remember the
quaint
Rugrats tape?
times?
The Rugrats tape that was orange?
Yeah, or Harriet the Spy.
Yeah, Harriet the Spy was.
Harriet the Spy, better than Rugrats, sorry.
Well, I mean, I never watched it.
You never watched Harriet the Spy?
No.
You should watch it.
I
And then
mean,
Euro Trip to get like the whole thing of Michelle Trachtenberg's career.
And she was on Gossip Girl.
Nope, just that and that. That's all you need. Shows you the beginning and end. Like
Beginning of career, your end of career.
Yeah.
My favorite line that I've ever heard in a porn, because we were the type of friends that would all sit and watch it together.
And then they
around
take
my friend's
turns
computer.
going and jerking off.
Yeah, somebody would be like, all right,
What?
I'm going to jerk off first. You not do that?
So-
You're gonna be able to title this one for real, like
I know. so gross.
The funniest thing that we
no,
ever saw.
like no. You guys would sit in a room and like load the chamber, and then you'd go off, and you guys would all be sitting there like, God, does anyone else's balls itch? And you're like, we all know what we're doing, just priming it.
Yeah, no, we were upfront about it. We were like, okay, I'm going to jack off. And like, so you'd either like, you would take turns getting to use the material. It's like being at a sperm bank, I would imagine.
Ew.
Is that how they work? A bunch of
don't-
guys sit and watch the same porn, and then they take.
I don't know what it was. What you're discussing.
Did you
is,
not watch porn with your friends?
No, I don't think I ever did.
You are the first dude that I've ever heard
What?
say that. Yeah,
we
for
should do a
real.
poll.
I'm sure
I think
you
you're
would do a
coming-
poll.
Comment below, YouTube kids.
Subscribe below and let us know if you.
Push that like button.
Honestly, and even if I had, I'd lie. I'd lie about it a lot and never
See?
tell anyone.
I think I'd feel uncomfortable if I was
Do
getting.
you have eczema?
What? I have my sports bra.
Did
on.
Maddie give you eczema?
It's cutting off the circulation to my head. Anyway,
What was the best line?
Oh, okay.
do we even
Okay,
want to know?
So it's
It makes me look so much
the
better.
the scene is there's a stripper and she calls some dude on stage and then they bang in front of an entire audience, like packed house.
So it's like you guys watching.
Like
people-
imagine Louis C.K. 2008, like packed house.
Just with a woman there instead of just jerking off by himself.
And so like the scene starts to end and they start to like pan over to the DJ. And it's this old Asian dude with sunglasses on and a Hawaiian shirt. And he goes, you know what'd be way cool? And then it cuts to the next scene. And the next scene has nothing to do with. We have no idea what would be way cool.
You need to like isolate that clip and put it into like every one of your pockets. You know what'd be way cool?
Oh yeah, that's funny.
Doing the snacks.
Yeah.
The snacks.
No, like I gotta be honest, I don't think I could remember a
Time that you had friends?
or a line from like, you know what my favorite, like, do you have a top 10 of more? Like, he's like, he didn't just remember one line, you had a favorite line. Like,
Yeah, and he remembered exactly what the guy looked like. He was wearing glasses.
It's
and
so
a
weird. He's
Hawaiian
so weird.
shirt.
he's
Like,
a
imagine
killer
like
at
a-
Guess Who.
Like a meth head Mr. Miyagi, like basically was what this guy looked
Whack
like.
on, whack off. God.
Title. That's it.
Yeah, there it is. Whack
There
on,
it is.
whack off.
I like
We're
that.
just going to get a bunch of titles.
I know.
Good God.
Speaking of porn, have you ever watched porn with your partner?
No.
What about with your girlfriend?
No. You know, I don't really find a need for it anymore.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, I mean, you're just stoked that somebody's there, I would imagine.
Most of the time, yeah.
You piece of. I love
No, I
you.
just
Actually,
love
I
my
I know.
partner so much.
Oh, okay. Well, I feel like now you're slut shaming.
You don't
us.
look at that stuff at all either.
That wasn't.
He's
the
like trying to
question.
act cool in
The
front of like
question
I know,
was.
it's 'cause we-
what was the question?
Do you watch it with your partner?
No, have you?
Oh, have you? They're not veterans like we are. We're old. We had a moment where we did, and it's
Yeah, it didn't
weird.
work out.
It's
She kept
weird.
like. She would just put the laptop in front of my face.
Yeah.
Because I didn't want to watch it. Made me feel
She- yeah,
uncomfortable.
She didn't get it. She don't know.
I didn't get it.
She don't know.
No.
Can I ask you something?
You've asked me a lot.
I know. I
ask you
hate
some more
when you
things?
say that because it makes me uncomfortable. I'm like, what's he gonna ask?
So, when did you move to the cities?
I moved to the cities probably, what is it, 2007?
Oh, really?
Wow.
Well, for college.
Okay.
Yeah, I was up here. I like moved. Like I think my first rental was like in 2010. Like we did dorms and we did a couple like college houses.
Okay.
But I guess if you want to consider that, like, yeah, probably 2009, 2010 was when I started renting around here. 2007 is when I moved up here.
Okay. Are you still friends with people that you were associated with when you got here? Like when you got to Minneapolis and the people that you moved in with or you went to college with, like, are you still buds with those guys?
Yeah, there's a core group. The harder thing is like you get a little jealous. Like I see my like people I'm friends with, but it's like when you start getting to different stages of your life, like if you get there at different points, you don't do as much stuff together. It's so hard with everybody spread out so much that you can't. I think you're good friends if you see them once a month to once every 2 months. That's like solid.
Yeah.
I'm friends with my core group of friends is the friends was friends with from college, and I met pretty much right away. There's a couple that came in throughout college. I'm not really close with a ton of my. I like my coworkers, but I think when I move on or when I go to a different place, it's really hard to keep those going.
Yeah.
Like having 4 friends is hard enough. Like, if you ever tried to like
It's
schedule
exhausting.
like, hey, let's all hang out. They're like, and it's a meme or whatever where it's like, yeah, I'm free every 3rd October of every second year.
Yeah.
That's what it is. So it's easier to have like a core 4 or 5 friends that you're close with instead of disappointing 15 people.
I love disappointing people.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's what Chris says.
It's not what I say. It's just how I live my
Yeah.
life, you know?
Yeah. Yeah.
But so I've been thinking about this, especially over the last like couple of weeks, honestly, like how there's different stages of my life where I created these really deep, meaningful friendships with people. And it was based on like a shared interest, snowboarding, rollerblading, whatever it may be. But like, it wouldn't just be like we would call each other up whenever we want to skate. Like when it would turn into those other things, and then going through such intense shit with those people to now be like, I see some of them like once a year.
Yeah.
And it's the reason why I've been thinking about it lately is because I'm doing that with comics now, where there's this shared interest. But then like when I find out more about them and like how much we have in common as human beings, like I get freaked out. I don't want to keep losing friends to time. Like it's not that anything really happened.
Well,
you know what I mean? Like,
I think the hard thing is for me, at least with those situations is, and I know what you're thinking, like I barely talk to my friends from high school and that hurts me a lot where I'm like, but the reason it hurts me is not because we might only see each other once a year and we might not see each other even once a year. It's the fact that I'm like, oh, I'm a shitty friend because I'm not keeping up with it. But it's also on the other side too. It's so difficult though to keep up with it. Like you said, it sucks to lose those friends, but sometimes, I mean, you're going to have 50 comic friends that over a year you're going to be like, all right, I don't like them. I don't like them. These people don't like me. These people don't like me. Like, it's going to get whittled down to like, hey, I like hanging out with these guys. They share the same interests as me. As I got to know them on more than a superficial level, we found other things in common. Yeah. Like, I think...
Well, you can tell the people, like, when you see them at an open mic that you're excited to see them, but you know that after that open mic, you won't see them for another week.
Yeah.
But neither of you are, like, bothered by that?
I think you have a harder time with this because you're so extroverted and you like having a lot of people in your little bucket, and I just don't like people.
Well, like, the thing that he was talking about, like, going through a lot of shit, I think that's called, like, trauma bonds or something, right?
I just listened to a podcast all about trauma bonding.
Yeah, like you form...
So you go through, like, similar-ish events.
Yeah.
Like trauma.
Like an open mic.
Yeah. Like, yeah. or you something it doesn't have to be significantly traumatic, but things that you both have gone through and you bond on that level, so you're always connected because of that trauma bond. You dock,
and it makes it harder to undock.
Yeah.
Like once you start forming these trauma
Yeah.
bonds, your penises are stuck together. Metaphorically, you cannot pull apart,
and you can't get them
can't
circumcised
undock.
off from each other.
Yeah.
But yeah, the trauma bonds thing, I think that's part of it, is when you grow up with people, and then when you go through college, when you go through these transitional points in your life, you have a lot more chance,
periods,
a lot more chance for trauma as you expose yourself to things now, where you can have, like, the reason I think people bond, I mean, comics bond, is you go through, like, you're going to bomb, you're going to have success. You're going to have nights where nobody shows up. You're going to have nights where there's a ton of people. All those things, like the trauma of having no one laugh at a joke, it's not hugely significant, but it happens so often to Chris.
He's pretty traumatized about
that. I feel like it happens so often to so many people other than me, where it's like, it's these little, like, it's like weaving. Like, it's not like a big dock. It's a bunch of little docks that are docking together. It's like a Chinese finger trap of dicks. Like just
docks fly
Kim,
together.
I need you to put the kids to bed.
We're going to try something. He said little docks, and I'm on board with that. I've got the equipment to do it. No, but I think if you're worried about losing people in comedy, you have to dock on more levels.
Yeah.
You can't just dock on comedy, because eventually one of you is either going to get to a place where the other person isn't comedically.
One of you is going to go flaccid eventually.
Yeah, your docks, it's going to pull apart.
Yeah.
And if you don't form docks based on other things, like if you can't dock,
I love that. You just keep saying
if you
dock.
can't dock, if you can't dock based on like music, like we share a lot of interest in music, like we've talked about that. Kelly and you have a lot in common as far as like the mental health field and things like that. So you're docked on that level.
We're pretty docked.
You're vag to vag. You guys are lip locked.
Lip lock lovers.
Lip docked.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah. So it's like it's finding that stuff out, like, and that's part of it too. Where I mean, if you're extroverted, it's a little easier, but as introverted people, it's a lot more difficult to put yourself out there. Where you're like, hey, do you want to come over this weekend? Do you want, or like, can I hang out at your place, or can we do this? Like, that's how you form those bonds. Like, fucking ask if somebody wants to. Do you want to go to this concert? Do you want to do this? Do you want to do that?
I did that.
See,
I brought my coworker to a concert with me.
See, and now we've
lip locked. We have so much in common.
See,
and I work with her a lot. So
that's the thing, is if you're afraid of losing people like you are of me, you just have to ask me, pay for things, do things, and bring me to them.
Venmo you. Yep.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Pay for your friendship.
No, I think like that's the thing, is eventually.
Have you really been thinking about that a lot lately?
Yeah.
It's tough. Like I think of people.
Think about like the time that you've known me.
I know.
I think of people
you
that
always
I'm
hold on the shitty people. You keep bringing the shitty people with you as you transition your life. I'm just kidding. I'm totally kidding.
I think it's. Well, I think it's honestly reasonable to think about, especially. I mean, now
as we get older.
Well, yeah, like you're starting to think of, you're like, God, I mean, you guys are almost 40.
Pretty damn close.
So it's like you're like, I have 5 friends, and a lot of people think like that's not a lot of friends, especially if you're extroverted and you want to keep a lot of people around. It starts to affect you when they leave, even if it's your doing. Even if you're like, these people don't hang out with me anymore because the only stuff I want to do with them is comedy related, and they don't want to do comedy anymore. Or if they want to go to concerts and I am never available, or I have, and not saying, I mean, you guys chose to have these kids, so it's like,
One of us did.
we have kids now, so you've got to find people that fit into that. Like you're not gonna be able to hang out with a 21-year-old comic who wants to write all the time and do black tar heroin in a bathroom.
That's solid.
I think I went through this way before you did, like way before, because I went through this early because all my friends kind of dropped off once I had kids.
Yeah.
It's like Chris is stuck around because I'm not saying I took care of the kids and you got to, but you would go rollerblade and you'd still go do those things.
Well, but we'd also bring the kids to that shit.
Well, I think it's a lot harder.
Like
as
those
a woman,
those people
would
would get bummed out by seeing our kids. My skater friends were all like, "You bring your kids? That's so fucking cool! Yeah. Like they're gonna be able to see and have all these experiences." They had this like really positive outlook.
I think females get weird too about the envying each other's lives too, where like if you're at different parts in your life, like I have a career or I'm going to school and I have kids and you're still out partying all the time, not going to school. I feel like with females, it's so awkward and weird.
I feel like you have more, like we were talking about, like transitional phases. Yeah. I think women have a lot more transitional phases. Like you,
Caitlyn
might not,
Jenner did for sure. Go ahead.
God bless her. It might not be like fair to say it, but I mean, pregnancy affects women more than men. Those relationships affect women more than men, in my opinion. Like if your guy friend gets in a relationship, like for some reason it still feels easy to be friends with them. Like when a girl, like a lot of times I've seen it where it's once they're in a relationship, like they lose friends. Yeah. Once they get pregnant, they lose friends. Once they get married, they lose friends.
Or their friends become incredibly defensive of that friendship. Like they are very guarded. Like you had a couple of friends who were like very like I need to make sure that, you guys can be together. That's fine, but this stays.
Yeah. Well, I think, and maybe I'm wrong, but the only thing that I notice is it seems like there's more chances for fall off in friendship. Like I mean, you've been dating forever, but I've been in, or you guys have been married forever. I've been in.
Hold on. Did you hear the?
I've been in a couple relationships where it's like every one of the girls that I've dated, it's been like I have one friend, I have two friends, I have one friend, I have two friends, and they don't do anything. So maybe that's just my.
Oh. Yeah.
So now, if you want.
Yeah. Yeah. Sorry.
Yeah.
Real quick.
So you don't have any friends, and it's because you're a woman. I think that's what we've established.
The older I feel like I get to, like, so I don't have hobbies or I don't have any interests, which is fine. That's just the kind of person I am. Mm-hmm. My focus is like I like my house. And I do things with the kids, and then I work.
Well, I think that's.
And I like music. I still go to concerts and stuff a lot.
I think those are all hobbies. Like, yeah. Shit, I wish my hobby was keeping my house clean. Like it's always a pit, and it's always like we push it off till the last minute, and then we clean for like an entire weekend, and we lose an entire weekend.
Yeah.
I think people maybe want to believe now with like everything's equal. Like they want it. It almost feels like they're discounting this. Like if you keep a house, if you keep shit together, if you decorate, like my house before I started dating, it looked like a serial killer lived there. There's nothing you couldn't identify everywhere. Me. Like, yeah, it's like I was squatting in my own house. Like no sheets on the bed, no nothing. But it's like if you're
an animal, no sheets on your bed.
I mean, didn't you used to? Like I used to sleep on like a beanbag.
Okay.
A love sack. So it's classy.
That's different. That's a classy beanbag.
But like
that love sack's more expensive than my sectional out in the other room.
I'm a very rich individual. No, I think like there's a lot of value in doing this shit. Like I would love if I had an eye for design. Like we watch design shows all the time. I think that's a hobby in itself.
Yeah.
I mean, maybe not watching design shows, but like we get all these ideas and we're like, we don't know how to do shit.
That's like Pinterest. Like I would really like to do some flooring, but I don't think I can.
Yeah, it's like, I mean, you guys said that you did some of this, right?
Yeah.
I honestly, I paid for all my house to be done. And it's every time I ask somebody to do something for me, like I can feel my dad disowning me a little more.
Why is your dad a super handy guy?
Oh, yeah. Like my whole family is. My brother like fixed up his whole house. My little brother's doing it now. I just don't have time. I don't want to. Like I'm not going to mess around. Like there used to be a lot of places in my house that would electrocute me if I touched them wrong because my dad made them. So I'm like, I didn't want to be that where it's
my
like
dad's like
yeah,
that
you
too.
touch like a socket, just okay. I'm gonna do
yeah.
that a couple
but he
more
did
times.
It himself.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
He's like,
But you don't want your house to burn down.
It'd be great if it didn't.
Yeah.
But who knows? No,
Yeah, I've had this conversation too because I feel like it's where you're at. Like, not. So when you're in high school or going to school, you end up being friends with the people you're around because that's who you're exposed to.
Yep.
And then as you get older, it's like, okay, who you're in college with because that's who you're exposed to. Mm-hmm. And then it's like, as you get even older, it's people in your workplace, people in your neighborhood. It's like, I don't know if I'd necessarily like would pick these people. Like I want you as a friend, but we have common interests. We live in the same area. We have kids the same age, or I work with you.
You're almost settling.
Yeah. Does that make sense? And
Yeah,
I'm not saying
no.
it in a mean way, but it's like,
No, I think they'd probably describe you the same.
yeah.
Those are the people that you're in the trenches with. Like,
Yeah.
you don't pick your platoon. Like, that's just.
Yeah, we're
then
at
you find
social
common
justice
ground with
war
them,
right
like-
now. I have the same. The thing is like you can trick yourself, and maybe this is more what you do than like I've done it too, where you trick yourself into thinking these relationships are so like this is gonna last forever. We're gonna be friends forever, and then you get moved like a cubicle over, and you never talk to that person. Like I'm in the same building I was when I started working where I was.
Yeah.
And they moved me to the other side of the building. I can still see everyone I used to talk to. Never talk to them anymore.
That's so funny.
Wow.
And I was like so close to these people. Like we'd talk every day.
Yeah.
We'd go like get lunch together. We'd hang out. And then I moved to this other side, and I'm like, we don't have a lot in common now that I think about it.
You're like, we just had the same space, but
Yeah.
not really. Yeah.
We were just stuck together.
I always wonder that too, because we were pretty close with our one like neighbor, and he moved, and we just can't find time. It's not that, I mean, just busy people, and
Well,
we didn't have a lot of common interests with that.
the
him.
thing that we had in common was
We shared a border.
No. We shared like he likes to be down for things, like a barbecue,
Yeah.
game night, like, and that's a valuable thing in
Yeah.
friends. So like, it wasn't just that we were neighbors. Like he
Yeah.
put forth effort like a lot.
He put probably more effort than we did.
Yeah.
We're shitty. I am.
Oh no.
See, and I realize this too about myself too, is that at work I have to talk and talk
Oh.
nope, you shut
Sorry.
your mouth.
That
you
just
whore.
reminded me.
I have to talk to patients and get deep into their lives and hear shit and like not hear shit, like hear stuff, and it's so like emotional and all day long, 12 hours a day. And then when I have my day off, I don't want to talk to anyone. I just want to be in my own space alone and just like completely just flush everything away. So I feel bad because like my one neighbor who I'm good friends with, she sent me this thing because I am very introverted, and it's like this, my front door has a stupid welcome cookie cutter sign in front of it. Yeah. She sent me one that says "Go the fuck away," and she goes, "You should get this." And I'm like, man, people really think I'm that kind of person. Like,
People get me.
I'm like, I said, it's because my job, it's overwhelming.
Yeah.
I have to. No, I get it.
But also, you've been about that life for.
Fuck, I hate. Yeah.
It's tough. You
That's why I married an extrovert.
You used up all your emotion in your job.
Yeah.
Do you think you use your children?
As a buffer.
Yeah, as an
All the time.
Well, no, I was
my
gonna
mother,
say like.
So I went to one of my best friends from high school's weddings, and I have a group of there's
no,
four
no,
of
no,
us.
you misunderstood what I was saying.
What?
Do you say
Layla's my
why
best.
why make friends? I've got kids at home.
I always say that. Yeah. Layla and Layla, they think I'm the coolest person ever. They don't know what a pile of garbage I really am.
Dude, that fucking joke, by the way. Did you? Well, the joke that Kelly did where Peter looks like he kidnaps kids, but just so he can have someone to talk to.
That's funny.
Amazing joke.
Because
Yeah, she did a really good job.
who called Peter and talked to him for an hour and a half on Sunday? My kids.
Dude, yeah, we like Alex was giving the kids advice, and
That's a terrible thing to do.
well, and like talking about how him and Kaylin,
They want to take
Caitlin
our
was
kids
on the phone
a
too.
day date.
Yeah,
Just like
like-
our two kids.
like aunts and uncles do. You have aunts and uncles,
Yeah, but they weren't allowed to take me on day dates.
Because
but
they
like
didn't have a pass yet out of jail.
I said that
No,
the
they
kids could
should have
ask
been in
them-
jail.
I had a pedophile uncle that was in prison.
Ugh.
Doesn't everyone
Of
have a
course it's
pedo
gross.
uncle?
I mean,
They don't get caught. What a loser.
I know he's a terrible pedo.
They're
But he
all
went
bad.
to-
Disclaimer, all pedophiles are bad.
gonna say,
Especially
you
the
keep
ones that
saying
don't
things
get
to be
caught.
Like, I'm not trying to put a bad name on pedophiles.
No, they're
but
bad. He's
this guy-
terrible. And he was making meth in Iowa and crossing the border with it. So
It's
he
too
was
many crimes. He
too
was
many crimes.
multitasking
And he had a gun. He is a felon.
Yeah, don't be mediocre at a bunch of things. Be good at one
and
thing.
Yeah.
whole ass one kid. I mean, thing.
Whole ass one kid. Fuck. Now I forget what I was.
I forgot where we were going.
God damn it! I had a thing that I was gonna say. That's okay. What I would love to do.
Let's talk about Disney Plus.
Do you want to do
Oh.
snacks first, or do you want to do the song quiz first?
Oh.
Which one? Actually, we'll let you pick. Have you done song quiz
I
yet?
haven't done song quiz.
It's so fun. It's like my new addiction.
I'll do song quiz first.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Because are you like looking at that like that? I don't know what that's gonna taste
Oh,
like.
Yeah, speaking of whole assing things.
Yeah,
That
it looks
looks
like a
like
turd wrapped in like a hard biscuit.
Talk about docking.
Yeah. Ugh. It looks like maggots laid eggs in
It's
a
sesame
treat.
though. So in my head I'm like, it's like a everything
Mochi.
bagel with a turd on the inside.
Yeah.
Ugh.
Like how you say that, like the everything bagel part would be better. Like, well, it's everything bagel with a turd in the middle. I mean,
It's
yeah, you get the
everything.
turd, but you
Including
get,
the turd.
Everything include yeah.
Okay.
All right.
your
So
song
I
quiz
became
shit.
addicted to this thing on Alexa. It's called Song Quiz.
Okay.
Can you guess what you do?
You just guess. You guess the song name
The-
or the artist, and if you guess both, you get extra points.
Okay.
So we'll do 3 players. So you'll be player number 3. So 1, 2, 3.
So like, yeah, Alexa will sing a song. I wanna touch your butthole.
yeah.
Your pretty
We'll do
pink
we'll do the
butt.
2000s.
Okay.
2010s are hard for me because I don't listen to a lot of radio now. And then the 1990s I wasn't very good at either.
Okay.
You what?
I made a
decade do
joke
you want?
last night because me and Chris were fighting about it in bed because we were playing against each other because I had a 32 win streak going and Chris ruined my streak. He texted me at work. This is what he texted me and I'm sitting there like, holy shit. Oop,
I
there's-
knew it was gonna be funny too. I was pretty excited.
Hold on.
That was weird when Keenan used the N word.
Yeah.
What? There was an N-word drop?
Oh yeah. Keenan like
Ninja?
started all his jokes like that.
He called Petra a Nancy so many times.
M is in Mancy.
Oh fuck! Have I told you that story?
No.
Dude, okay, so I work customer service, and this lady had a name with too many N's in it. Like she
Oh.
wanted me to email her something, and she was like Pananinich.
Yeah.
He goes, I'm so sorry. I can't believe this happened. I'm like, what the fuck? And then he goes, but I lost one round of your song game. I'm like, okay, cool. But I'm not happy
I
about that
spaced
either.
it out a little bit.
Yeah.
I
Yeah.
could see the bubbles, and she was like, "What?
My phone's
I
gonna
love
die.
doing that to Kelly where I'm like, you're not going to like this. And then she's
There's a
like, what?
charger over there."
I hate that. Especially when I'm at work because it's like, if it's something bad, I can't leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, the lady was like, "I need you to email me an invoice," and I was like, "Done. What's your email?" And she said, "Erica Penaninanin." And I was like, "Could you spell it?"
No.
And she goes, "Yeah, Erica, and then Penaninaninich." Like she honestly said her fucked up last name like that was the obvious thing.
Yeah.
And then I was like, "I'm sorry, I'm not familiar with that last name.
It's
Can
not
you spell
plugged
it
in."
for me?" Oh, that is very funny.
It's fucking idiot.
Plug it into this thing right behind you.
Jesus is
Or yeah, there's this.
Put it in there.
Yeah.
So she goes,
Can you
P
see
is
why I
in
don't have very
pie.
many friends?
Yeah.
A is in apple, N is in knife. She said it a bunch of times. N as in knife, so many times.
Oh my gosh. Did you want to die?
I was freaking out. Like I do this thing where I'll do this in my chair, like I'll
Can anyone
sway
else
back
hear
and forth.
this?
And my cubicle, my roommate will start to notice. She'll stop doing what she's doing because she'll notice I'm in disarray.
Are you in your 30s yet?
Yep. 32.
Do you get those weird pokey out eyebrow hairs that dudes get?
Oh, she like
Yeah.
Kelly takes care of all that.
Chris won't let me take care. He's so
Oh,
mad.
it's she.
His one's
I was
growing
gonna say I
back.
don't know if it's a willing thing.
She's a zit farmer. She's
Oh,
like I
I
said,
fucking-
serial killer.
Did you call it a zit farmer?
Yeah.
That is the
Well,
best.
my thing is she'll pop like I got her like she still says it's her favorite gift ever. Is I got her one of those like blackhead removal kits,
Stop it.
and she started like going after like I only get like a couple in my armpits, so like right away she popped like a bunch or she did a bunch of them, and then like she got mad because they don't come back.
oh.
So now she like pops them, and then it's like she almost like I'm like, are you wiping them back on there to try to like spread more zits? And she's like, no. But every time like I made that status, I was completely honest. She's like, whenever she's like, did that hurt? And I'm like, yes. And she's like, okay. And then she just keeps going.
Okay, we glossed over this blackheads in your armpit?
Yeah, I get like zits under, like right under here and under here, but like nowhere else.
Kim just agreed with you because she's a medical professional and she's seen everything.
It's just clogged pores. That's what
like,
it is.
I got this.
That's all that zits are. Is
You judge me for quoting my favorite porns. I'm gonna judge you for cloggy pores. You see how it almost rhymes? It's like wordplay.
No,
That's why Eminem is the greatest rapper of all time. Speaking of Joel Austin,
you just said a lot in a little bit of time there.
You ready?
I'm ready. I got to take the headphones off.
Yeah.
Do you have to like buzz in?
Alexa, song quiz. No, it'll stop the song.
Turn that bitch up.
How many people want to play song quiz?
3.
Choose a music decade.
2000s.
Let's begin.
Jesus Christ.
Starting your 2000s game.
Right.
Player 1.
This
Question
is on
1.
camera.
For 10 points.
'Kay.
Name the song title and artist.
And if we get the fight, then you catch me at your local party. Yes, I crank it every day.
Crank That by Soulja Boy.
Ka-chow! You've got the title and artist for 10 points plus an extra 10 bonus points.
That's how you do.
Your score is 20. Player
This
2.
is how we
Question
do.
1. For 10 points.
Okay, Chris Duke.
Name the song title and artist.
This guitar will have it good. We'll have
So
a life
easy.
we knew we would.
Delilah by Plain White Tees.
That's so stupid. It's Hey There,
Nasty.
Delilah.
You've got
By
the title
Plain
and
White
artist for
Tees.
10 points plus an extra 10
Play White
bonus
Tees.
You got 'em
points.
And you
all.
said Delilah.
Your score is 20. Player 3.
Are you?
That's what
Do you
it
feel pressure?
For 10 points. Name the song title and artist.
The sky is falling down. Just let it be. Come on and bring your body next.
Repeat song. So you can repeat the song.
Falling Down, Usher.
You've got the title for 10 points. The
Oh,
song was down by Jay Sean.
Oh, I thought it was.
10.
I thought it was Chris Brown.
Question 2 for 10 points.
it's not fair.
You got this, Kim Duke.
Oh, this is my boyfriend.
I feel like this
Oh,
is.
fuck it. I'm going to use the camera audio.
What Goes Around by Justin Timberlake.
This is stupid.
You've got the title and artist
We'll do 4 songs.
plus an extra 10 bonus
We'll do
points.
3.
Only 16% of players
Well, I mean, like-
have bonus points on that one. Your score is 40.
How did they not know the title of this
Question
song?
2.
There's
For 10
billions
points.
of people in the
Name
world.
Song title and artist.
It's not fair.
I know.
Like,
Kelly Clarkson. You fuckers.
Gone by Kelly Clarkson.
Sons of bitches.
It's
I got a
such
chance.
For 10 points. Name the song title and artist.
Got It Bad by Usher.
Fucks.
You've got the title and artist
I just keep
This
getting.
is such bullshit.
for bonus points. Your score is 30.
Oh, that doesn't even look a thing like Chris.
For 10 points.
You don't know this song.
I don't know the song.
Oh, I know this song.
Repeat song.
That's so funny that at the same time.
Who sings it though? This is why. This is why I'm hot by Flow Rider.
What?
No.
You've got the title for 10 points.
Who is it?
The song was This Is Why I'm Hot by Mims. Your
Oh,
score
I was
is
going to say
Who
Meek
knows?
Mill.
Player 2. Question 3.
90s are
for 10
full of
points.
one-hit wonders.
Repeat song.
For real?
Yeah, I don't. Is it Carlos Santana? Carlos Santana, Maria.
Bingo.
Piece of
You've
shit.
got the title and artist for 10 points plus an extra Bonus points. Your score is 40. Player 3.
Mims.
Question 3 for 10 points.
It's a fucking stupid song.
Repeat song.
Okay.
You have a Wake app.
Yeah.
I thought you were.
Hold on. Before He Cheats by Carrie Underwood.
Wasn't that your school anthem?
You've got the title and order for 10 points plus an extra 10
When you do the 90s, she tries to say 90s things.
Player 1.
They had schnikes, and she goes, schnickies.
Okay, we're done now. So we play that a lot.
Have you ever played the Jeopardy on there?
No.
Oh yeah, that's probably. I used to play that a lot. It's a little more. It's a little more.
Is that why you get blackheads in
intellectual.
your armpits? You sweat so much?
No. I don't sweat as much as you'd think for a fat guy.
I mean, that's probably why you have those intense blackheads, is because
You say intense.
can't get the
it's not like
probably-
can't get the sweat out.
It's not
They're
bad.
blocked
Are
by
they?
the-
I like.
they're blocked by my fat body, and we all know this.
My dad has a giant one on his face. Every time I look at him, I'm like, just let me fucking pop it. It's huge. It's disgusting.
It's like one of those trees that looks like it has a nose. That's what
Yeah.
your dad is like.
yeah.
He's like a tree with a nose. You just want to pick at it.
I believe they're called Ents.
Ah, that makes sense as well. Today's episode is brought to you by Zenny. Get your glasses, wipe your asses. I like when she
Okay.
doesn't want to laugh at my shit, and then she laughs because
God,
she's
I
like,
hate it.
Yeah,
I know.
I get a lot of. Kelly will tell people to stop encouraging me.
I do that too. I'm like, stop feeding into his ego. Tell people at all, don't laugh at him. Don't laugh at him.
Yeah, it's harder for me because people laugh at me.
Yeah. Remember, can we talk about how you freaking killed it at Petra's
oh yeah,
Picks?
we didn't even talk about that. You
Like-
fucking
We haven't
murdered
gotten
crowd.
that video.
Ooh,
Oh.
that's a good. That's
Oh,
valid.
good.
Kelly
Now-
wants that
got
video
his,
too.
But you know,
Yeah, it was a fun time. Like I like getting out of the cities. We've talked about that. Like
Yeah.
yeah. I'll show you the video after this. Actually,
Wow.
your set was fucking.
You. Oh my
had-
gosh.
I don't know if you can dance around saying what you just said in 2019 anymore.
Can we not? Wait a second.
Do you know what? We were listening to like we'll Spotify like me and Kelly will try to find 90s like whiny rock. Like the
Ooh.
Simple Plan. I love shitting on Simple
Fucking
Plan.
love
Like the
Simple-
perfect.
Yeah.
Nothing lasts forever. And I'm like, I remember listening to that in my room and crying because I got grounded because I got a B. Like,
Were they the welcome to my life
Welcome
people?
to my life. Yeah.
yeah, it's
God,
just
I
so
hated them.
so
Bum,
bad.
bum, I do anything.
It's just
They
so bad.
seemed like Punk's little brother that just wanted to be cool like its older brother.
Oh,
Yeah.
And
that's
Punk
funny.
was like,
Yeah.
God, you're everywhere.
I don't think anything I listened to was punk.
That's funny. You would cry to Simple Plan. I'd cry to Slipknot.
Well, I didn't really cry because I'm a man and I'm super tough. But what I'm saying is like it's like, have you ever seen that Family Guy where it's like he's skipping rocks? He's like, high school, these problems matter or whatever. No time will be ever be tougher than this.
It's so funny. And now as an adult, you're like, what?
Oh my god.
To be fair,
So it's so
though,
hard.
To be fair,
can you think of one thing that you're like, man, I can't believe that shit happened?
While in high school,
Yeah.
I met you.
ooh,
Oh.
got him.
Just
Boom.
kidding. I don't know.
God damn it.
No, like I honestly like I look back and I'm like, God, life was not that hard.
Yeah, I
was
know.
super trying to make it difficult. Like I
I
think
was picking up dudes like crazy when I was in high school. Now,
yeah, so was Chris.
Oh.
I was picking up dudes too on the wrestling mat. Am I right, guys? And suplexing them down. No.
Yeah, right.
Yeah,
you were
yeah.
slamming McGoldens and tipping cows, you son of a bitch.
no, you were a Coors Light.
Hey, they weren't all cows. No, were you guys from smallish towns?
Yeah, yeah.
This is the town.
So Chris went to Becker. I went to Malacca, so it's
Okay.
smaller.
Did you guys ever have like you had your town beer?
yeah.
Did your town beer ever switch like while you were in high school?
Yeah.
I remember I went to a party with like we were we were like a Miller Lite guy, like a Miller Lite team, you know?
Yeah.
And then I walked in with Miller Lights one day and everyone had Coors Lights. And I'm like, we're switching? No one told me we were
I
switching.
didn't get the memo.
Wait. Was it when Coors Light had
the can?
The can that changed colors?
I don't remember exactly because I remember it was about the time that Bud Light came out with like their special, like the black can ones. Because I thought I was like being cool by getting those one time. And everybody's
black
like,
cans weren't allowed in my school.
wow. Somebody goes, you're going to have to cut that.
Leave that one out.
Hey, black cans matter, dude. Don't be a fucking asshole.
Well, no one liked them. And they told me not to buy them again. I mean, basically, you would get reprimanded. You're just like, hey, we are a Boone's Farm and a Coors Light team.
That's funny, yeah.
That
It's
is
still,
very
they're
funny.
still, like, it's like...
This town was a Boone's Farm.
And
like,
it's made a
100%.
resurgence now. Like when I go home and it's a town festival, someone will get a cooler full of like red Boone's Farm, and you'll just have these 30-something dudes all red-lipped as shit, like drinking 3 bottles of Boone's Farm and just
So gut rot.
oh yeah,
I was gonna say, just pour vodka over cotton candy, man. That is.
oh yeah, it's bad, but it's still fun and hilarious.
That's
Like
so
you're just
funny.
sitting there like
I beer bonged Boone's Farm one time.
puke the rainbow. No, like
Boof the
I think
rainbow, am I right?
neighborhoods have it. Like our neighborhood's very much a Bud Light neighborhood.
yeah, I think honestly, like I mean, my town is basically a neighborhood, but you'd like show up and it'd be like, all right, we only buy. I'm surprised the liquor stores carried any other kind of beer.
Right.
That's really
yeah.
funny.
I mean, like the older guys would drink. The old dudes,
Real quick, have you said that before? My town was basically a neighborhood.
no,
That's a good fucking. Keep that. Make a mental note.
I'm not keeping it.
Son of a. Okay.
Chris's
Stupid.
ideas.
All right. Well,
Yeah.
I mean, it was your idea.
2 of his
Do you
little
think
ideas
I'm-
are walking around my
Yeah.
house right now.
Do you think I'm that desperate for material?
No, I just.
Alexa.
All right.
Play
well,
song quiz. What?
Huh? Okay. Sorry.
So let's eat some snacks.
Yeah. You ready?
Yeah.
3, 2, 1.
Bigger than I
Wow.
thought.
Wait, what are they called?
That's what I.
Japanese style sesame mochi.
Mochi.
I don't know. Is it mochi?
Yeah.
Oh.
I know that because
And this
Maddie
says-
Ortiz said it. She
says-
says she's had them before.
Yeah.
They said they've had them before. Let me correct myself.
Yeah, you can
They
just
don't
edit
smell
out the
bad.
whole episode. This is just fun to hang out.
You know what I like about Maddie, actually? And like, no,
Aw.
like genuine.
Oh, they're like crumbly.
While Kim fingers those meatballs,
That's big.
Whoa.
I know. I didn't-
that is heavy. Okay, the smell
That's
is.
not nice. He's right there.
I can't stop farting.
Are you really farting?
Oh,
That's
yeah.
so funny. I've been holding a fart in.
Why are you holding a fart in?
It's not good
so
for-
squishy. I don't like it.
It smells like Chips Ahoy and rice at the same time. It's such a
this?
strange.
Is it peanut butter?
It's like a melted Milano
There's nothing
cookie.
on it that's really English. So I don't know what's in it.
I can read most of this.
By the way,
Oh, maltose sesame paste.
what?
Yeah. Sugar, sesame water,
What is this thing?
fatty acid ester.
What's it smell like to you?
It contains sesame, peanut, and soybean product.
It smells like peanut.
It's like a foreign peanut butter cup.
Yeah.
Oof.
There's some protein in it. We're gonna get some gains here.
I think
don't
my
need-
mouth is tricked because my mouth is salivating, but
I
my
know, my
brain
mouth-
is like, I don't know, dude. Oh, it feels very.
I
ugh.
know it feels gross. It feels like an eyeball. I'd rather have a cricket. Okay,
You
I'm
ready?
ready. 3.
Oh, wait.
What?
Are we eating the whole thing or just
Oh,
taking a
I
bite?
thought-
I'm
You're
fucking
choosing.
taking a bite for sure.
I know. I'm taking. I thought
Jesus
you were gonna
Christ!
say, I'm
This
gonna
is
take it.
why you've got 2 kids. Is you just take it and you go all in.
Well, Maddie Linsk was the first one to be like, we're eating the whole thing, right? Of this, basically something the size of this. And
No.
Before, yeah.
No, they
remember
were
the
those
Turkish
tiny-
delights.
Well, those
Oh
sound
yeah,
good.
yeah. That Maddie. Yeah.
Turkish.
That's why I said Maddie
And those
Linsk.
Turkish delights were.
Not good.
Okay.
Gonna find
I'm
my
gonna take a
baby,
bite.
Gonna hold her tight. Gonna grab some Turkish delight. 3. Maybe we shouldn't be sponsored by Squirts. Maybe we should be sponsored by Spitz. All right.
Brought to you by Spit.
Okay.
Everyone's got it.
What? I'm gonna throw it up. I'm gonna throw up.
This is the most frustrating thing that's ever been in my mouth. And I'm friends with Alex Peter. Oh my God.
Okay.
What
So
is
it's
happening?
marshmallow is the middle part. It kind of almost tastes like savory with like this is supposed to be sweet in the middle, but it's like a
What the fuck?
it has like the consistency on the inside of like a
Squid?
fish fillet, yeah.
Oh my
It's
God.
like seafood rolled in seed with like some kind of dried turd in the middle.
I don't want to
can't
ever eat
stop
that again.
Chewing it. There's so much to chew.
I don't know what this is in there. I can't place this. It's like something between like chocolate and. Do you think people from the Japanese style sesame mochi are like watching this? They're like, no, our product, we're ruined. The American emerging markets we were after.
Like they were killing it until the
So
end.
I
came
wonder
along.
the inside sesame paste, which in the sesame paste is sesame, peanut, red bean, sugar, glucose, glycerin, fatty acid, ester.
Who's Esther?
I don't know, but she just got 8. Ugh. I almost threw up that whole time.
She tasted like an Esther.
Yeah, good God.
What if you guys like looked over and I was like still eating it? It's like, oh, this is terrible. Dude, stop eating it.
I'm not a big like texture thing, but that was too much.
Yeah, it's a lot of stuff going on in my mouth.
Like
I feel like
seedy,
the- like-
squishy, and then mushy.
The slime that dripped off those aliens in Alien,
Oh, yeah.
that's what was in my mouth is
Yeah.
what that felt like.
It was like an alien hocked a loogie in your mouth.
So upsetting.
It's like when you accidentally drink a soda can at a party and it ends up being someone's chew.
Spitter?
Yep, that's what it was.
I used to be so poor that I'd like walk around college parties and like drink people's wounded soldiers until one time I drank like half of a mouthful of chew.
dying.
Are you having an allergic reaction? Do you have an EpiPen? Okay.
No, I was like mid burp / throw up.
Yeah.
Thinking about it. I'd never had mintier smelling breath though.
Dude, you could. You know how like Eddie Murphy had to put on prosthetics and stuff for the clumps? You could just do that thing by just changing your clothes. You could be the Nutty Professor of our. Anyways,
wasn't
I'm
that
sorry
good.
to hear about your dog.
I was waiting for. I was like, I'm gonna make him feel awkward until he gets to a point here. No, watch this, Alexa.
Okay.
Well, I got to be in the app.
Yeah.
Oh, hold on.
I'm quitting my job.
Hey, yeah. Why are you
To
quitting
play
your
Jeopardy
job?
on Alexa all day?
I want to pursue a career in improv comedy.
Really?
No, absolutely not.
That was him improv.
You see how I yes-anded and you no fuck off?
That's why I'm not doing it. No, I just have some. I think I'm having like I'm hoping a third life crisis. Like it's hopefully not a midlife right now, but you know the best time to make decisions is like when you're like depressed and
Yeah.
it's
Yeah.
Yeah.
dark all the time.
Manic.
Yeah, you know.
Hypomanic.
Exactly. Just make decisions based on your non-feelings.
Yeah.
So I was just like, I've been doing it for a while, and I'm like, I just need something new. And I put in my 2 weeks, and they're like, do you have anything else lined up yet? I'm like, not yet. Just gonna,
Live on the edge.
yeah.
Do you have savings?
I've never done,
Yeah.
I'll be fine. I've never just, my thing is I've never done that. I've never like left and like taken time off. I've never, like ever since I've been an adult, I've worked all the time.
Full time.
And it's like it'd be nice to have 2 weeks to like hang out with the dogs and get stuff done around the house.
Yeah,
And,
stop pulling out.
God, she's going to hate this episode. She's not going to like the talk of porn, even though I said I didn't watch any because I don't. She's not going to be happy that it's gone so long. I love her.
But we fed you. We had to feed you
Yeah,
first.
you did feed
We
me.
fed you
I'll
last
let
time
her-
too.
Yeah, she's gonna. we should have just brought her with. She would have.
Hey, what did I fucking tell you?
Chris. Yeah, it's. I don't know. I'm worried about. It's kind of weird, like worrying about the future, but then like also, like if you don't get up and move and try something new, it's. I would have been there. I could probably sit there my whole life and not be happy about it, or I could like move on and try to find something. Like I'd like to get into like sales of something I like.
Yeah.
Or I mean, I'm way too far away for like comedy and from the mic for comedy to be like taking off to the point where I could not do work. Like I don't want to live paycheck to paycheck. I haven't for years, and I don't want to go back to it. So
Well, you know this. And I forget who I was just talking to about this, but the whole point system with open mics, like the more they see your face, the more they're willing to put you on stage. Like if they see you putting like it's way too much for some mics where they're like, we need you to be here and we won't give you time for 5 months.
yeah,
But
I don't know what one you're talking about.
But like that whole thing, if you do have that time to just dedicate, because if you think about it, you're dedicating a half an hour a week to that mic.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm trying to say, though?
Yeah.
Like,
well, and I'm not doing it the perfect way either. I don't think there is a perfect way to do it.
No.
But here's the deal: if you can't make it to every open mic in town, if you can't make it to 7 a week, then if you're writing, if you're working on it, like if you're workshopping, you're writing, you're adjusting your jokes, you're thinking of new material, you're talking with people, trying to get new. The problem with going to 7 a week, in my opinion, is you don't give yourself time to develop any interesting stories to tell. That's why people who go to every open mic every night of the week start to do the same material, in my opinion, is because they're like, oh, I haven't done anything new. So my thing is like, go out and do your shit, have your fun, have your relationships, like grow as people, and then write about it. And I should be performing more. I'm trying to get out and perform more. I'd like to. I'm doing a lot more paid gigs right now, which is the goal.
yeah.
But if you're writing and you're dedicating time to like if something happens to you and you write it down, that's just as good to me as going and doing 3 minutes in front of 5 comedians.
Oh, I mean, yeah.
But yeah, with the 2 weeks off, I'll probably try to hit more mics, and it's just super tough. Like when you've got a job, when you've got a family, when you've got relationships, when you've got any other hobby, when it isn't your life. And it's hard to admit that. It's hard for some people to admit it. Like I'll admit it, like it's not the number one priority in my life. I don't want it to be. Number one priority in my life is going to be mad at me when I get home.
Oh, that's such a good line. You fucker.
Well, no, but that's the thing. It's like if you're not putting your
I'm
own...
saying that because he's so good at
I
writing.
know. I want to be the number one priority in your
Okay,
life.
we'll bend over.
Well, it's kind of sad to me. Like it's not self-serving enough. If comedy is number one to you, that means you're putting everyone else ahead of you.
Did you scratch the table, by the way?
No, I don't think so.
I just wanted you to look down so I can make fun of your balding head. Keep going.
Anyways, we can't all grow. I believe that's called the barista bun.
It is a barista.
But it's self-serving in the fact that like you're going out, you're trying to make people happy 7 days a week, and you give no time to yourself to make yourself happy. I don't know if you watch like The Good Place.
Are you shitting me?
He hasn't watched the new season yet.
Well, did you know the
point system? Is that what you're
the
talking
third season, the guy,
the Canadian guy.
yeah, who does everything to help people, and then his life's terrible. Like that's what I feel like. It's like if you just constantly try to entertain everybody else without ever making yourself happy, without ever having experiences and things like that, you're gonna fucking hate yourself eventually. So go out and experience some shit and write some new. Like I'm not perfect. I'm not the greatest comedian in the world yet. But I think a big problem with a lot of comedians is discounting other people's strategies for how they're gonna get somewhere. Like they call people hobbyists. They call people part-timers. They call people like if you do one-liners, story, people don't like you. If you do stories, one-liner, people don't like you. everybody says comedy's subjective, and then no one follows that rule.
Oh, dude, yeah. Everybody acts like comedy is objective.
Yeah,
Like their
comedy and it being and liking. So like, say somebody who tells stories. Here's my material. In some situations, people that hear that are like, "Oh, this being funny takes away from my stuff being funny." But that's not the case. It's like when someone hears a one-liner really do well, they're like, what a dumb fucking joke. It's so shallow. Like, it's not in depth. It's not like the Nanette thing that came out. Everybody was on board with that. It's a whole new way of comedy. It is. And
no, it isn't.
you can do my thing. That's the problem.
People held it to okay. No.
That's the
People
problem.
misinterpreted. They didn't understand that was a retirement party. Like she had put in her work. That lady had been doing comedy for a long fucking time, and the things that she had gone through waned on her so much, and she saw other people self-deprecating who weren't comics. They were just shitting on themselves. So like that whole Nanette thing, it like when I kept hearing like professional comic after professional comic shitting on her for what she did because it was technically a special.
Yeah.
But like they don't. If they paid attention for 5 minutes,
Which
she
is
talks
difficult
about it
for-
at the top and 10 minutes at the end of it, which is really important. It was it was a going away party for her.
Yeah.
Like she genuinely wanted to say, I didn't realize that what I was doing was making it okay. Like which was a weird thing was making victims like rationalize how shitty people are.
Yeah. I guess
I didn't mean to go all fucking. But that's like the only time that I've ever been able to rant about Nanette.
I don't know what
I
you're
guess
talking
my
about,
thing-
so I'm gonna rip
I
up
guess
my
my
Moki.
thing is like what I don't find funny, I'm doing my best to not hold that against somebody. Like if I hear
Okay,
a joke
yeah.
and I don't like it and the crowd does, I'm like, okay, that's just not for me. Like I don't want
We
to.
all have things that we find. Yeah.
Well, I always joke. I always tell people,
Preferences.
I'm like, I like doing my one-liners. I like doing very like shallow, dark stuff. Like something like I want to talk about difficult topics in a way where no one can honestly get that upset about it. Like I want to be able to do material about school shootings or material about abortion or materials about Nazis or something, but
Just kidding.
do it so much. I thought she was having a heart attack.
I thought she was having an abortion.
We're a little late. Do you want to do that? We need a club, and I need about $5,000 a piece. No, I just if I feel like if I could talk about those things in a way that nobody can get upset about.
You and I just talked about this.
I feel like we keep dragging on, and Andrew's getting in more
Okay,
and more
I
trouble.
know. We can wrap it up with this, but like, you are a writer. I never attributed the way how quickly you can react to things is writing. Like, you just have that like pitch room mentality. You know what I'm saying? Like,
I just don't. I think everything I say is so good that it's worth saying.
Yeah.
And I think
Yeah.
that's a big hang up for people is they're like, this is dumb. I'm not going to say it. See, but that doesn't exist in my brain. It's like, say the dumb thing and somebody's probably going to like it. Like that, people put too much pressure on their first draft of their conscious mind.
hell yeah.
It's like, just say the thing. It gets you in trouble too. It gets me in trouble too.
for sure.
But, and like you've seen, like when we were talking back and forth with roast jokes, if 9 out of 10 miss and you do 100, you still get whatever the math is on that in good jokes.
well, dude, the funny
1,000
thing
jokes
about,
out of
like,
it, I think, is
so
what it
we
equates to.
talked about Jesselnick before.
Yeah.
How that dude was a writer. I mean, he was a comic first, but like people took notice to how smart his writing was. And so he got jobs writing, and that's like, I don't want to say like that's kind of what helped him get more notoriety, but it definitely didn't hurt.
Well, he said on Your Mom's House or whatever that he was on a couple of the late night shows, and they're like, they never used any of his material.
Yep.
And that's, I mean,
But the writers,
Loved
everybody else loved that shit. And that goes a long fucking way.
Yeah.
When you're in an important place and people say we can't use it, but let's find somebody who can. Like that whole thing, like I feel like you're one of those people where like, man, we just need you in the right place. I didn't mean to squeeze you like an infant just then.
I know.
This is getting like weirdly.
Yeah.
I didn't mean to.
Yeah.
I know. Now he's cracking.
Is this sexual or violence or
No,
both?
he cries during
I'm about
sex.
to beat myself in front of you.
Oh.
You
Not to
crack
bring
your
it back to
knuckles?
Louis C.K., but what I'm trying to say is the things that you do are appreciated more. Like, you have way more lands than you do misses. At least when I'm around you, the misses that you have are still met with like, you fucking guy. You know what I mean? Like,
It's like bad puns. A lot of bad puns.
yeah, it's still appreciated on a level where you're like, yeah, like Cheers, like the whole like finger
Norm.
wagging thing. Yeah. Like, so, but in a writing sense, like in a genuine writing sense, that's why people go to you. Like, you just need to be in there's one missing block to where then everyone else will go, oh.
I think it's a fact you can't run. I think
Yeah,
that's the
that's
missing
probably
block.
it. You know what? Here's the one compliment I'm going to give Chris ever.
Oh.
Is that like,
We haven't had sex for like a week, so you might
Jizz.
something might happen. Yeah.
well, my thing is like throughout. Here's the deal: is I want to start a podcast, but we've just talked for 2 hours, and it's been so all over the fucking place, and it's so like unstructured. Yet when you do put it together, I'm always impressed by the way that you put things together in a way that makes fucking sense. Like this conversation has made me think, I'm like, maybe I'm not ready to start a podcast because I have no idea how I'd make this into something entertainment to listen to. Like, it's literally, we talked about porn, writing, God, I can't even fucking remember. Friendships. Depression. Like, we were all over this is...
You know
it's
why
such a
this
crazy-
show works?
This is like the brain of someone with ADD.
I've never
Yeah.
said why it works. So think about when you met me.
I hated
Nothing
you.
that I said made sense. It was a little
Same.
annoying.
Yep.
You were like, "What? Why? What?"
100%.
These aren't like, we're not talking about bits. My mom just died. Like, nothing makes sense until afterwards, and you go like, "Oh, that guy cares about me and wanted me to feel better." Like, this podcast, the reason
never
why
thought
it's
that.
mental health and comedy is that it's about sincerity, and fucking with you is to try and break your walls down so that I can say, hey,
So you can
we've
get
been
inside
through
you.
this, we've been through this stuff, and we want to find ways that would make you feel better and make you progress. Like, not as a comic, but like as a human being, like, we just care
We
to
want people
make
to
people
progress.
feel
No, I want
validated.
people to regress.
You want them to regress?
Yes. Yeah. Yeah. Freud.
This
Regress those
this
feelings.
segment sponsored by Progressive.com.
Hey, that's where we have our insurance.
Get your
now.
boat insurance.
Oh, get your soup.
That is actually,
I know.
Who's got soup?
but no, like yeah.
Get to the
like,
point.
My thing.
I'm sorry. I'm anxious for Andrew. I don't.
Oh,
wanna-
no, it's not. I was just kidding.
Oh, okay.
He's fine.
Okay. I'm sorry.
What I'm trying
I'm
to
sorry.
say
I didn't mean
is
to make fun of your stutter.
I don't make sense a lot of the times. But
9 out of 10.
And I don't like. This is the only time that I will say like the positive things that people say about me. The positive thing that people say about me is that I care. Like, it's not disputed that I care about people, and it may seem weird at times.
Yep.
But the theme is that like it matters to me that people don't feel hopeless, like people don't feel like they're alone. So I will do whatever weird shit I have to do, or tell them whatever, self-deprecating thing about me I have to make sure that you feel validated, that you are important.
Hey,
So
I
that's
appreciate that.
why this, like, it's nonsensical, but in the end you're like, these guys care about people. I
Yeah.
think is what the podcast is.
Yeah.
Well, I only do this so you're happy, but
Well, that means you care about him.
yeah. That's
If
true.
you only did things to make me
Stop
happy,
it. Shut
I
up.
would be nose deep in your asshole every Wednesday night. Keller open mic.
On
You see
stage.
how it's not gonna. I'll cut it out. It's okay.
Yeah, you should be advertising your own open
You're
mic.
safe here. Witzel, I love you. You're
Love you too,
wonderful. I appreciate the fucking shit out of you. What do you have coming up, my friend?
I'm at Camp Bar a lot.
That's vague.
Well,
You
I
just
don't know when this
drinking there?
comes
What are you
out.
doing
I don't
over
know
there?
when this comes
Two
He
out.
doesn't drink anymore.
It was a joke.
Let's be honest.
Deborah.
I don't know. Hold on.
That's okay. I'm
I'll
gonna.
get my calendar
Yeah,
out.
you guys can.
What do I have coming up?
Well, I mean, I'll just cut out the.
I'm at Camp Bar the 27th.
Put your fucking mouth to that microphone.
Camp
Tell
Bar.
your dates. Bring that bitch down.
Camp Bar the 22nd, 23rd of November, the 27th of November. I'm at Goonies on the 20th and 21st of December. Camp Bar the 3rd and 4th of January. Camp Bar the 31st and 1st of January, February. And then I'm like
Are you hosting or
Yeah, I'm
featuring, or-
hosting right
oh,
now.
okay.
Crazy, like in March I'm in Bismarck. So
What?
on the 14th. So
Are you submitting for the Snow Jam?
I didn't. I've been applying for jobs. I had zero time, and they were like, "Oh, it's deadline is this week, or deadline was this week." It was Friday.
Oh shit! It's over already.
Yeah, I think so. You might be able to still sneak in, but
Are you talking about your fart or
no, the deadline. You should be able to.
why? Why aren't you?
I honestly I had just too much shit. I have to get my
I'll submit.
yeah. I have to get my
no,
tape
no,
together.
No, I'll submit my video. I'll submit your video.
Okay, if you want to.
I'll cut
His
your thing.
Peaches Picks one?
Yeah.
Yeah,
You
that should do it.
fucking murdered. So
But
either they'll turn you into the CIA for murdering so many people.
I think that's a Todd Skoda joke. So
Is it really?
he said it was he
Dude,
killed
that guy's
he
gonna
killed
be dead before
he
this
killed the
episode comes out.
crowd and his lawyer got it knocked down to involuntary manslaughter. Sorry,
Oh.
Todd. It's a great joke and I love it and it's super creative and not hacky.
Did his comedy career start at a Green Bay? What's that thing called that you do? Tailgating. I don't sports.
Yeah.
I don't do the sports.
Did his comedy career start at a tailgating party?
I think he was the tailgate.
Nice. Do they bathe in? I feel like their bidet is nacho cheese.
Oh, I love
It just
nacho
sprays
cheese.
up into their butthole.
I'm pretty sure you don't get to talk about what gets sprayed into people's buttholes.
Hey,
Yeah.
don't you?
Like if you put nacho cheese in Kim's butthole, that would just give you another reason you want to eat it.
For real.
dude,
He doesn't need a reason. He tries to come up with reasons all the
is
time.
it?
Has he been getting close to you with nacho cheese?
Does
Not
the
yet.
day end in Y?
Why
Then
am
why
I not
am
eating
I
them?
not?
God, I hate you.
All right, the last thing that we do.
What about you? Got anything coming up?
I mean, this will come out after the show that failed because
It won't
I didn't
fail.
promote. I don't have money. I don't have a shit ton of money to promote. So
You're just like a fucking Debbie Downer about your own shit. Like
He
you were
is,
such a
it's
little bitch about
so-
the rose too. Where you're like, I'm sorry, it didn't.
Well,
Everyone
come on.
had a good time. Everyone
Okay.
enjoyed it, and so
But
did the guy
also-
running it, and that's all that matters.
more than two comics were like, "Hey, is it worth coming to the thing?" And I was like, "I'm doing my goddamn best."
Well, those two comics suck.
More than two.
More than those two comics suck. Anybody who reaches out to you and goes, "Hey, is this show going to be worth going to?" is the kind of person who reached out to you in high school and college and was like, "Oh, you're having a party? Who's there?" And they show up once it's like good and ready to go.
Oh wow.
Did we run out of battery?
The GoPro is going to be the only camera. Luckily, what the fuck happened over there? Well, that's obviously a clear sign that we need to end this show.
Ghosts.
Andrew Witzel, the last thing that we do, our listeners are called ducklings. Have you?
no, just recently.
Okay, thank you. So we say au revoir, little
Oh, God.
ducklings, quack quack.
Au revoir, little ducklings, quack quack.
Au revoir, little ducklings. Clack, clack. Have you ever seen Arrested Development?
Shut up. Good job.